Welcome back to 843 TV here from the Port Royal Golf Club, this beautiful property. We're sharing and hearing all about what's happening at the club, and coming up very soon in November is an absolutely wonderful event. Here to tell us more about that is Mary Harlacher. Welcome and thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome. Glad to be here. The event that we're speaking about is the Hilton Head Island Motoring Festival and Concours d'Elegance. It'll be held on November 3rd, 4th, and 5th here at Port Royal. We also have some vintage racing car events over at Hutchinson Island in Savannah the week before. But the focus here today around Port Royal is on the events from Friday night through Sunday.
It's a big festival with a big name, but there's so much involved. Let's sort of talk about some of these particular elements leading up to the event and then on the weekend. So share with us what happens beforehand during that week.
Okay, it's probably easy to talk about how this evolved into a festival by talking about the Concours d'Elegance. Back in 2001, we started a Concours d'Elegance, and it was originally held in the center part of the island and then moved to Honeyhorn Plantation, where it was until 7 years ago. At that time, we had a show on Sunday of older classic cars. And then over those years, we built into inviting people to bring newer cars on Saturday just for variety. That has become known as the Car Club Showcase. It's had so many names, I'm sorry. The latest name is Car Club Showcase. Those are newer cars. We invite about 25 car clubs a year to bring their cars, 6 or 8 cars per club, and that's what goes on Saturday. Now we've added more recently, I guess 4 years ago, the Aero Expo, and that involves the showing of aircraft paired up with classic automobiles on Friday night and Saturday at the Hilton Head Island Airport General Aviation area. So now we have the Aero Expo, the Car Club Showcase, and the Concours d'Elegance. And then the last piece of the festival we call the Awards Showcase, the awards field, and that is the same thing going on both Saturday and Sunday here at Port Royal. And that involves boats, all kinds of boats, vintage boats, some beautiful wooden boats and old racing boats and so on. And then we have a theme generally associated with that, and this year's theme is 24-hour racing. And that will feature 14 or 15 cars that have raced either at Le Mans or at Daytona Beach in those 24-hour races. And we also have some inside information and some people who have actually participated in those events as drivers, as people working in the pits, things like that. So that's how it evolved from a one-day Concours d'Elegance to
a whole motoring
festival.
So you got planes, trains, and automobiles at a second.
Yes. Well, and it would be my imagining, we talked a little bit about all the construction that's going on here, that you two have had to do a fair amount of working together because this is such a critical part and things are sort of ripped up right now. So how have you been dealing with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So look, our focus is, first and foremost, this event is instrumental to supporting the island and tourism. So we're ecstatic to be a partner in it for the past 7 years. And we've worked very closely, obviously, with our construction project. And last year we went through Hurricane Matthew. So we have a close partnership. We worked through a lot of logistics, and we believe we've got it all figured out, Mary, right? Yes. And so moving forward, we're excited to have the parking nearby to make it accommodating as we can for the fans and participants and so forth.
Probably the most telling thing about our relationship is when we were here, a day and a half after the hurricane last year, and Rick and I met standing out in the parking lot and looked in front of us, and there was literally a failed forest of pine trees all over the place on top of buildings and whatever. And I think it's fair to say that Rick and I struck up a more unique relationship than almost everyone else involved, because we both seemed to think that this is something that was fixable before the dates
and
for
it was.
The car show.
I couldn't believe the work that you accomplished. Because you couldn't even tell. You came to the event last year and you couldn't even tell
car show went
that
on.
we had just gone through what we'd gone through. And I think that was really instrumental to the island feeling like it could rally, because you guys rallied so successfully. It was very
that was part
impressive.
of our thinking, is that for our benefit and for everyone else's benefit, that between us or among us and the town, if we could pull this off, that it would really be a truly good thing to do. And we went after it, and Rick and his people they did amazing work.
They did.
You could see the trees going away day by day.
Now, forgive me, because I do not by any means mean to put the cars in a lower position, because they're why everybody comes to the show. But I also know that the people happen to very much enjoy the festivity and the food and the beverage. And again, I understand that the club is playing a more prominent role in terms of food this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, as partners, we've continued to each year step back, assess how last year went, and ask ourselves, how can we continue to elevate it? So this year, we're bringing again for the second year, and again, adding some touches to it, a taste of our restaurants to the grounds out there. So the people showing up, the visitors and the like, can taste all of our restaurants: Robbers Row Grill, Loggerhead Tavern, and Brickyard Pub out on the grounds with brisket sandwiches, crab cakes.
Shrimp and grits?
Yeah, shrimp and grits, shrimp po' boys, all those sort of things out there during the festival. So Saturday, Sunday is a great chance to not only enjoy the car show itself, and I think Cadillac is the theme this year, and I'll let Mary talk about that, but also have a shrimp cocktail, maybe watching it
there
and
you
sitting
go.
looking at a Cadillac.
Well, one of the things that we work very hard on in our national advertising and public relations is to present ourselves as a lifestyle event, not just a car show, but a lifestyle event. So we're into everything, from watches to wine to jewelry, whatever. It's all of our thinking is designed around attracting people to the event, couples and families that may find a piece in there that they like. The restaurants are a perfect example. People don't necessarily make the connection. I'll use two examples. One is we try to arrange our cars and restaurants so that they're complementary. So that a restaurant that features more high-scale food and a little more creature comfort, we put classic cars in that area. Whereas a pub, we also have motorcycles in our show. So what we try to do is show motorcycles around the pub and bring this idea of cafe
That's
racing.
really neat.
to
I
the
had no
table.
idea.
And we have a lot of motorcycles that actually were cafe racers, but primarily in England. So that makes a good connection. And a lot of the knowing public picks up on it. And of course, all the motorcycle exhibitors think it's just great. So we do work together on those kinds of things.
Now, if all of this wasn't enough, there is a concert Saturday night?
Yes, satisfy your thirst after the event. That is the thing.
If it weren't satisfied enough.
So we have local rock group Cranford Hollow playing 4 to
awesome.
6. It's complimentary, so if you're here on the grounds and a ticket, and as the event ends on Saturday, we'd love for you to stay around and just listen to some fantastic music and taste some of the great distilleries and breweries of South Carolina will be on display as well. So great opportunity just to enjoy the day, the grounds, and some great music and food and drink.
And you don't have to stay up too late then. It's 4 to 6. You can catch
4 to
them
6.
That's
and
great.
be gone. Yeah.
That is great.
In terms of the bang for the buck, if you will.
Thank you. I was going to talk about ticketing and things like that.
Saturday is a tremendous day. Saturday, you can come here in the morning. You can hop on a shuttle, go to the airport, see the airplanes. You can come back, see the cars, the car club cars, the boats, the race cars, and so on. And then you can stay from 4 to 6, a casual party. It's purely casual, purely drop-in. It's meant to come with the family, with the kids, have a good time, listen to the music, and go home relaxed. That's what it's all about. And we worked hard this year to create that day. Rick worked with us with this party to create that day, to be family-oriented and to try to attract more local people to come and do that. And you do all that for one ticket.
Great.
How do we learn more about the ticketing process? Because I think, again, I just want to reiterate this. A lot of people don't realize that Saturday is one unique day. Sunday is a completely different, unique day. You're not coming and seeing the same show, different cars, different experience. So the ticketing must reflect that. How do we learn how we attend this?
As we've described everything that goes on, you can imagine that the ticketing gets complex.
Yes.
Maybe unduly so, and I know that it's confusing, and I apologize for that, but I think for everyone to get their value, it has to be that way. The best way to get tickets is to go online to the Hilton Head Motoring Festival.com, click on tickets, and then it'll list all the events that we've talked about here, and you can buy individual tickets for each event, or you can buy an overall ticket that entitles you to go to all of them, or you can buy a different kind of a ticket that just lets you come on Saturday and Sunday. All those options are available, and of course, younger children are free, so you can work all that in. The ticket, your ticket price includes parking, and also includes prompt shuttle from the parking lot to the Port Royal Show Field. Parking this year is again going to be, for the public, is going to be at the Hilton Head Public Schools. There's room there for many cars. We have the shuttling worked out. We don't wait for the shuttles to fill or anything like that.
No, it went very smoothly last year. I was impressed at how quickly I got from the high school to the event. It was very quick.
Well, thank you for sharing about all that. I'm excited. I know you're excited, and I know we'll be here. We hope you come too, and thank you for watching another episode of 843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.